Welcome to this yin practice for grounding. We'll begin laying down on the mat. Take your feet out towards the corners of the mat. You may wish to have your arms extended or letting them rest gently on your body to connect to your breath. Take a few moments here settling in. As you begin to release your body into the weight of the earth, imagine your body like a weighted blanket, allowing its weight to be drawn down, deep down, feeling the weight of the earth, allowing your body to begin to feel as heavy as the earth. Perhaps the body even feeling as if it has a weighted blanket on it to connect to that sensation of feeling grounded. Surrendering to the gravitational pull. Notice how gravity's purpose is to bring everything closer to the earth, toward center. Allow this to happen. Allow yourself to realign with the energy that keeps us rooted and centered. The purpose of this particular practice is to tap into our ability to stay rooted and grounded during difficult and uncertain times. We have this capacity within ourselves to connect to this energy. When we feel grounded and rooted in the moment, we feel as if we could withstand gusts of winds and the tornadoes of our life. But in order to withstand those changing winds, we need to stay firmly rooted in our base, our being. When we lose sight of this quality within ourselves, we can feel as if we're being pulled in unhealthy directions or being influenced by non-beneficial experiences. And these can leave us feeling out of control or even in a state of blaming others. So for this practice, we're taking control of this base energy and connecting to the earth. Breathe in to this deep stability within you. As you breathe in, feel the weight of your body and begin to choose to move that body. Begin by perhaps bending your knees, feeling the weight of the pelvis and the weight of the femurs, the heaviest bones in our body. And transition over to one side for a moment. When you're ready, you'll transition into the position of Sukhasana, easeful pose, crossing your legs at your ankles, inviting you to sit your pelvis on something so that there's no sense of pulling in your low back. During that transition, feel free to stop midway, perhaps at tabletop, and do some organic movement, maybe rocking forward and back, maybe a little side to side. Nothing here that has to be required. Maybe you want to move right into Sukhasana, but if you feel inspired to get the spine moving, to open up those energy channels along the spine, take a few moments to move through cow and cat or whatever feels authentic for you in this moment. And taking Sukhasana if you haven't. You'll notice that I'm taking some time to cross one ankle under the other, and then wasn't sure if I wanted to place one thigh on top of the other. Ultimately, I'm crossing one ankle. Inviting you to bring your pinky fingers together. Sorry you can't see because Chloe wants to be the star of the show here, but bringing your pinky fingers together, letting them point and touch towards their tips, and gently closing your fists and letting your fingers curl in and close your eyes. This particular mudra is to connect us to Muladhara, our root chakra. Allow the arms to either rest around the area of your navel, but I find it helpful to just let them rest on your thighs with your baby fingers connected gently. If you have long nails, just gently intertwine your fingers to find some space for those nails. Of course, the spine is dignified, the eyes are closed or downturned, and you're connecting to Muladhara, your root chakra, located at the base of your spine. Allow yourself to connect to the pulsations of the earth within your own being. Allow yourself to be infused with the qualities of the earth. The qualities of stability, firmness, and support. As we connect to this chakra, we begin to develop a deeper sense of trust in ourselves, our safety, and our security. Feel your breath moving down into this area, into the base of your body. Allowing each exhalation to realign with your sense of stability, a sense of calmness, not only in the body, but also the mind. Feeling free to change your ankles here too, and come back to bringing your pinky fingers together. Notice its calming effects. Feeling a sense of harmony between yourself and the earth, as you open to receive its energies. Feeling aligned and living in this vibration for this practice. Maybe even saying to yourself, I am aligning with the earth's qualities. I feel stable, grounded, and secure. Now slowly releasing that gesture, that mudra, and take a few breaths and sense your connection to the earth and its vital energy. And when you feel ready, you'll gently open your eyes. Either with the eyes open or gently closed, begin to bring yourselves into caterpillar pose, sometimes referred to as seated forward fold. Extend your legs out in front of you. You may find it helpful to let your sitting bones rest up on the end of your mat. And we begin in our yin poses with a sense of stability. So bring alignment to the inner edges of your feet. Let the toes point up. Feel some firmness in your thighs. Inhale right down into the base of the spine, and on the exhalation, begin to melt the heart forward. You're not forcing or bouncing. The first place that the body stops, you accept that and soften into it. You can always use a support underneath your forehead. I encourage the palms to be soft, so there's no tendency to pull or grip the toes. We're here with an attitude of surrendering, rooting into this moment as it unfolds. Shift your awareness once again to the base of your pelvis, to the area of Muladhara Chakra. As you bring your awareness into Muladhara, the area of the pelvic floor, allow the awareness to hover in this space, just outside and beyond the physical body. Notice a connection to the telluric earth energy. This energy is vital, deeply calming, and steady. Draw this energy up into the body via Muladhara, the root chakra, drawing it up, absorbing it. On the inhalations, gently rising, keeping your attention at the base of your pelvis, using your hands to assist you on that journey upwards. You may rest your hands along your side body or maybe lean back onto them, keeping your attention drawn inward to the sensations at the base of your spine, right at the base where the perineum is. Come just outside the physical body. Notice sensations in the area of the legs. Perhaps even a sensation of pulsing, vibration, or throbbing at the base of the spine. Notice how you feel more vital and energized, and how the mind is more calm, stable, anchored. As you transition out, bending your knees, bring your backs down onto the ground. You may wish to have a block handy, or a pillow, maybe a cushion from the couch. We're going to place that at the base of the spine in the area of the sacrum. All of the energy that was just accumulated and gathered, we're going to envision that energy being poured upwards, keeping what we need in the lower body, and then allowing that energy to flow upwards, to touch and ignite the other chakras and energy centers. You may adjust the height of the block so that you can be here with more ease. Maybe bending the knees or lengthening the legs into full bridge. Getting out of the idea of performing a particular pose and coming into the sensation of moving energy from your base upwards. Vital energy moving up to calm the mind. If your block is on a higher setting, slowly begin to reduce that until eventually the back of the pelvis rests on the earth. Once the pelvis has found its weight on the ground, allow it to be received by the earth's energy and just noticing what you notice. And then slowly rolling over and helping yourself up. We'll now take half dragonfly pose, returning to your seat. Extend your left leg out wide and bring your right foot into the inner thigh so that the heel comes in close to the perineum once again. We start in a state of stability with that extended leg active, the shoulders above the hips. This will actually be a variation on half dragonfly. We're going to move it into a lateral flexion. Keeping your attention down in the area of Muladhara, let your right arm trace down. Let it trace down and rest either on the thigh, the shin, or the ankle very gently. We're not pulling. Keeping the chest facing open so that this is an experience of a lateral spinal flexion. And then simply rotating your neck so the nose is gazing down towards the knee. The opposite arm is resting gently on the thigh. The gaze is turned inward, and you're keeping your awareness on the area of Muladhara Chakra. Ensure that your jaw is relaxed, your neck. As you focus your attention at the area of Muladhara, notice how that energy is entering into the legs, energizing and rooting the area of the legs, feeling more connected and stable to this base energy. Have a sense of drawing that energy up through Muladhara Chakra, allowing that vital energy to enter and infuse the body with this quality. As you inhale, gently lifting the chest, stacking the shoulders above the hips, the eyes can remain closed as you keep your attention on the area of Muladhara. Feel the energizing of the extended leg. Notice how that feels beyond the physical into something more subtle. Feeling into the energy of the arousing of Muladhara, your root chakra. Don't try to imagine. Simply allow and be open. And begin to release as we take this shape on the other side. Our chakras each have a yin and a yang. And so in this particular pose, we have to ensure that we do both sides to balance out those energies. Extending the opposite leg open. Inhale into the base of the spine. And on the exhalation, letting the hand gently travel down the long leg, not in a way of force. Keeping the other arm gently resting on the thigh, the chest facing open. Simply rotate the neck so the nose is pointing down towards the knee. Keeping the gaze turned inward. Bringing the attention once again to the area at the base of your pelvis, the base of the torso. Noticing how the vibration of Muladhara can be felt just outside of the physical form. Notice its arousing and what those sensations bring. Muladhara. Allow the in-breath to guide you up slowly. We always transition slowly, keeping that leg extended for a moment and the eyes closed. Notice the effects of this pose on this side of your being. Feel the arousing of the extended leg. Notice its sense of vitality. And you may also notice as well an energizing of the torso with this energy and the calming effects on the mind, stabilizing, centered. Beginning to slowly transition into butterfly pose, letting the soles of your feet find each other. Ensure that you're sitting more forward on your sitting bones. Let your hands gently cup your toes or rest gently in front of the body. But please don't pull. And today we're keeping the spine elevated. Focusing at the area of the base of the torso, right down through the center of your being. Muladhara Chakra. Feel the arousal with the earth energy, a sense of being anchored and stable in your being. Continuing to see if you can perceive the very strong arousing here of Muladhara, the root chakra, with telluric earth energy. Muladhara. And as we ease out of this shape, you're invited to keep the eyes closed and perhaps the soles of the feet together. You may rest your arms open on the inner edges of your legs, keeping the gaze turned inward and the focus on the area of Muladhara Chakra. Remembering and knowing that where the mind goes, the energy will flow. Keep the mind in the area of Muladhara Chakra. Feel a sense of harmonizing, of balance. Easing out, assisting those knees together with the support of your hands. And we'll shift our body into a variation of Shoelace Pose, keeping the attention at the area of the base of the spine. We begin by taking the left foot and placing it on the right thigh. So the right leg is extended and the left foot is over top. If this is not available to you, you can place a block underneath your knee as an option. Another option is to stack knee over knee in a more traditional shoelace pose. Keeping the right leg extended, perhaps drawing the opposite knee on top. Inhaling into the base of the spine and exhaling, letting the pelvis rotate over the thighs as you soften into this pose and guide your awareness back down to the base of the spine. Let your palms rest relaxed. There's no pushing or bouncing, softening and surrendering into the gravitational pull of the earth's energy. And as it pulls you closer, know that it is infusing your body, that you have aligned with this energy and are one with it. With our legs connected in this way, we're closing the circuit of energy and actually allowing it to become stronger. That energy drawing up and circling very quickly around the area of Muladhara. You may wish to stack your hands and rest your forehead if your body allows, or perhaps place a bolster underneath your forehead. Adjust the body and then come into the experience and the sensations of this pose. On the in-breath, elevating the chest and keeping your legs just as they are for this awareness phase and the gaze turned inward. Simply noticing where you feel the effects of energizing in your body. Inhale, and as you release, exhaling and bringing your body into this shape on the opposite side to balance out the energy on the left and the right half of our being. finding your shape, surrendering into it, and bringing the awareness back into the area of Muladhara chakra. Don't try to fabricate or create. Allow yourself to be an open vessel to receive what is being given. Feel yourself like a sponge absorbing this stabilizing energy. Feeling the fertilization effects of this earth energy. The nutritional supplement it is giving your body, a sense of abundant vitality. Continue to stabilize in Muladhara, stabilizing the body and the mind. Calm, stable, secure, rooted in your being. Inhale, gently elevating the chest, keeping the gaze turned inward, remaining aware, noticing, perceiving whatever the experience is right now in the area of Muladhara, your root chakra, and noticing how that energy is infused with the mind, allowing for a stabilization of the mind. Feeling grounded despite the uncertainty in the external world. Inhale and exhale. Begin to bring your bodies down onto the back. Your physical body, your energetic body, your mental body, your emotional body. Lay it all down on the ground. And extend your feet out towards the corners of the mat. Allow the earth's energy to envelop you, to infuse you, feeling as if you are part of the earth. Flow that connects us all. Let the heels be heavy. Let the weight of the legs descend freely down towards the draw of the earth. the pelvis, the torso, the arms and the hands drawing down and being infused, invigorated, both soothed and calmed, as well as revitalized. Feel this sense of calmness, vitality, and stability throughout your entire being, not just the physical body, but all of the bodies, the physical, the energetic, the mental, emotional, and spiritual, rooted and grounded in this vital, stabilizing energy. Allow this poem to connect you even more deeply to this energy. Words carry energy. If you find yourself half naked and barefoot in the frosty grass, hearing again the earth's great sonorous moan that says, "You are the air of the now and gone," that says all the love will turn to dust and will meet you there, do not raise your fist. Do not raise your small voice against it. Do not take cover. Instead, curl your toes into the grass. Watch the cloud ascending from your lips. Walk through the garden's dormant splendor and say only, "Thank you. Thank you." Experience the breath once again as it moves in the body. Let your palms face down to connect to the earth. Continue to draw that earth's vital energy up into the body, knowing that you have been invigorated and calmed simultaneously. How the body and the mind feel calm and stable. And then whenever you're ready, begin to bring a bend to your knees and gently ease your way back to a seated position. Turning the gaze inward, Perhaps taking the same mudra that we did at the beginning of the practice with the baby fingers connected. Notice the effects of this yin practice on the area of Muladhara and what that means for your being, how it's perceived and felt. Feel a sense of stability, a rooting that allows you to rise up, able to withstand whatever life has to throw at you. Able to withstand the gusts and the tornadoes of life. Knowing that we may not be able to control what is going on around us, but we can tap into that energy within our bodies and learn to be comfortable and grounded in a state or a situation of uncertainty. Thank you for practicing with me. I bow to your light. May you be well. The light in me connects to the light in you. Thank you.